Om Shanti. At the outset today, I want to ask you whether, as I talked about in the meditation, can you see Baba and feel Baba as he is? So you see, Baba is just a point of light, but then Baba is conscient. Baba is the ocean of knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss. Everything contained in that point. Yes, so just a point in form, but an ocean in qualities. So are you able to figure out what that's like? So when you go to Baba, are you able to experience Baba as he is? Are you able to understand that just a point in form, but so full in himself, so he's so complete and he's the ocean, and in form he's just a point. So how many are able to figure that out? So you're able to understand that, conceptualize it, and create an image of it and an understanding. It sits in your buddhi. So yes, so you have to think about these matters. If until now you have not thought enough about it, think about these things. That how in form Baba is just a soul, but in qualities Baba is the ocean. And then when you think about yourself, you will be able to understand yourself. So I also just have a point, I'm a point in form, but then I am worthy, I am full of peace, love, happiness, everything is inside of me. And this is why Baba says that I come down. And in the Murli today, Baba mentions a song, and the song is, "Leave your throne of the sky and come down to earth." This is a song in Bhakti, and they say, "Chhod bhi de Akash Singhasan, ab dharti par aaja re." So you leave the throne of the sky and come down to earth. And Baba says, when you hear this song, then this song in itself expresses that God is not omnipresent. So he's somewhere above. And then he has to come. So Baba says, I do not live in this world. I live in that world of light which is in the beyond. So there is somebody who is writing, I don't understand Baba fully now. So yes, of course, we don't understand because we are very body conscious. We've been body conscious for 63 births, and it's not easy to understand that I'm just a point and then I'm complete, and then Baba is the ocean and a point. So this is why Baba says practice, just try. Whatever Baba is saying in the Murli is to uplift our consciousness from body consciousness to soul consciousness, from gross consciousness to subtle consciousness. So we have very gross intellects. Do you understand? So gross intellects means you can only figure out that which is material, that which is amenable to sense perception. So things that you can see, hear, feel, touch. These things are very easy to figure out. But understanding and feeling whatever is subtle is very difficult for us because we are in gross consciousness, and in Baba's terminology, Baba calls that stone intellect. Yes, so Baba says stone intellect. Now let me tell you one thing. So, there is a brother, and I did not see him in class for 2 3 days. And then yesterday in Amrit Vela, I was just meditating, and after I finished the meditation, I was moving with Baba and, giving. So just looking at the whole family and seeing that they were okay. And then the thought of this brother crossed my mind, that this brother is not coming for class. So then I just thought, let me visit him with Baba and let me tell him that he's not coming to class and he should come. So mentally I went, and then I took Baba, and then we went and we sent the message. And he just responded within minutes on WhatsApp that, Didi, I've been missing classes for some time and I will join today. It was just very instant. And then he came for class yesterday. So now you see that what I'm talking about is there is a subtle machinery which is more real, more powerful than the gross machinery. What you cannot achieve with your words or your actions, you can just achieve through very concentrated thinking, concentrated, or very just through subtle consciousness. So let's take another example. This sense that I am worthy and I matter. Yes, this feeling or this sense or this realization that I am worthy and I matter. Now we have been doing so much to drive into ourselves this sense. Yes, we have been earning, working, helping, doing. There's so much we've been doing just to arrive at this feeling that I matter and I'm worthy and I am someone. And then Baba says, you can achieve this just by knowing that you are worthy. Just by taking your awareness to who you are and who you belong to. And it is so easy. And once you just use this subtle machinery, you come to know that all of those efforts were in vain. So you were putting in so much of effort, so much of your resources into just arriving at this feeling that I am worthy, and I am worthy anyway. So I am Baba's child, I am God's child, and I am worthy. And what took me so long to come at this feeling, this gross consciousness? I am worthy if, when, only if. Yes, so the world has driven that into us. And so Baba says, everything is very easy if you use the subtle machinery. Yes, it's not just work getting done or other things, but even coming at the realization that you're worthy or you're peaceful or you're blissful is one thought away. And it just takes a step where you know who you are and you know who you belong to. And you just bring yourself to that consciousness of who you are and who you belong to. And then every treasure, every virtue, every power is very much at your access. But Baba says, you don't do this small thing and then you keep running after so much of recognition and validation and approval and whatnot. And then people try to shove you, and they try to use you, and they try to manipulate you. And you don't have to go through that whole process. Yes, so life is very simple. Know who you are and do what you are meant to do. What is so difficult about life? Life is so simple. Know who you are. And you don't have to go to anybody or anything to know who you are. You can just know who you are by knowing who you are through Baba. And then do what you have to do. And that also doesn't require any effort. When you know who you are, you're fully capable of doing what you have to do. So life is very, very simple. We have complicated it so much because of this stone intellect. Yes, so if you don't need anyone or anything to tell you who you are, if you know who you are, then 90% of your problems are over. Because I think that 90% of what we are doing is about just figuring out who we are, and just, arriving at that sense where somebody tells, okay, you matter and you're worthy. And if you just know who you are and you are not seeking that approval or validation or recognition, then 90% of your problems just vanish. And then it doesn't matter whether you have something, don't have something, whether somebody is happy with you, unhappy with you, doesn't matter. You are in the good books of someone or not in the good books of someone. But how do you maintain this sense of who you are? So you see, Baba gives us an idea about who we are. Baba tells us who we are. And then when we take Baba's knowledge, and first thing is, we let it sit in our intellects that I am this. I am this being of peace, love, happiness, bliss, power. I am this full being full of light and might, taking it from Baba. And then when you keep expressing it in your actions, so if you just keep operating from this sense of who you are and allow who you are to, express in everything that you do and you have. So you might have very little, you might have a room, just one room to yourself. But then if you have created that room, if you have created the vibration of that room according to who you are, then that room will give you fulfillment. If you just do something very small, like just talk 5 lines, 5 sentences to somebody, and if you just fill it with who you are, that is your peace, love, happiness, then you will be full from inside. So Baba says, I tell you who you are. First thing is you accept who you are. For that you have to practice, because there are layers and layers of who you are not sitting on your intellect. And then you just, by practicing enough, you clean those layers, and then you arrive at who you are. And then in every action, everything that you own, just fill that thing with the energy of who you are. Fill everything you do and have with that energy of who you are. Yes, so you might wear a white simple dress, just costing 100 rupees. But you can fill that dress with who you are. Yes, people tell us, that even a simple sari looks good on you people. So how does that happen? So it's just who you are, and whatever you have, whatever you do, is because of who you are. Yes, so Baba says that fill every action, fill everything you have with your energy, Baba's energy, and then everything will become special. We go to Madhuban, and then, in Madhuban there are, so Madhuban these days, Mount Abu, Baba's home, is a big place, and there are lots of arrangements and everything. But then there is Baba's hut. So Brahma Baba's kutia, hut, where Brahma Baba used to live in his sakar form, and that hut is such a small place. I don't think even 15 people at once can sit in that small hut. And then everybody just is so interested to go to that hut and spend some time. So, what is there in that hut? There is nothing. There is just a mat, and then there is Baba's picture. But then that hut is such an attractive and amazing place. You sit on the floor in that hut. Sometimes, most of the times, you don't get the sofa at the back. And then there is nothing, it is not ornamented, it is not decorated. There is just one simple picture of Baba in that hut. And then it is so attractive. And even on days when I'm feeling, when I'm not in the best state of my mind, I just mentally go and sit in that hut and I feel so free and so full. So Baba says it's not the thing, it's not what you do, it's the energy you fill it with that makes it special. What makes Madhuban special? What makes everything in Baba's home so special? Baba's centers are very simple places, not much of, not much of comforts, nothing. But then when you visit a center, you feel good. Why? So Baba says, you just have to know who you are. And see, Baba says, I'm just a point, and you see, I'm the ocean. And I have the energy to transform the whole world. I have the energy to heal the hearts of every soul on the planet. And you are my child, and you are also like that. But Baba says, I have to come from the soul world. So just like Baba, I mentioned the song, and as an explanation to the song, Baba makes us understand that I'm not here. I'm the ocean of peace, love, purity, knowledge, and I'm not here for the whole cycle. I come, and when I come, I sit in Brahma Baba's body, and I teach you how to look beyond the body. So when Shiv Baba entered Brahma Baba's body, in the Murli he kept saying, you are seeing the body of this one, but while seeing this one's body, just remember me, that I am sitting in this body and speaking. And keep in your awareness, hold in your awareness who I am. And just hold in your awareness my qualities, my powers, and know that is the one who you are talking to. And when you do that, you will be in a position to see yourself also independent of your body. So Baba says, when you remember me, it becomes a very easy method to remind yourself of yourself. So one method is you remember who you are and then remember Baba. And the second method is you just sit before Brahma Baba's picture and you know that the Shiv Baba is sitting in the forehead of Brahma Baba. And when you start seeing Baba in that body, you start seeing yourself in this body. And this is a very good method. And then Baba says, this slowly purifies your stone intellect in such a manner that you start seeing many things. You start seeing the vibration you exchanged in an interaction, beyond the words, beyond what you did. So, sometimes earlier when we used to assess what went wrong in a relationship, we could not figure out what went wrong. So earlier we just kept repeating, I didn't say anything wrong, I didn't do anything wrong. But then now when something goes wrong, you are able to detect 1 second of negative vibrational exchange also. Yes, you will be able to very easily detect what went wrong. You will be able to figure out where is it that you exchanged the wrong vibration? Or what was in your attitude that made that relationship go wrong? So you will be able to figure out these subtle nuances of how things are operating around you. Yes, you will be able to see what was lacking in your intention that this thing didn't go through. And you will be able to see all these subtleties when you come to the awareness of who you are and you see the one who is the subtle and the most powerful. So the awareness of Baba and yourself makes you aware about a lot of things which are going around in a very subtle way in day-to-day, interaction, behavior and stuff, and which you are seldom aware of. And even scientists have figured this out. And Einstein used to say that, I don't know whether it was 70 or 90, but he said something that around 70% of what's going on is non-material. And then you are not able to figure that out because it is beyond the reach of machines and all. So scientists have also figured out that there is a lot going on which is not perceptible through aided and unaided instruments. Yes, so this is the realm that Baba is talking about. And Baba says you will become aware of all of that when you tune in with me, while you see Brahma Baba's picture, you are able to see Shiv Baba in that. And while you see yourself, you are able to see that this is a body and I am the soul sitting here. And who am I apart from who I think I am or who I thought I am? Who am I really? So when you are able to tune into that, then you have access to so much more than you have access to right now. And the Murli Baba today is talking about worshipping and being worship worthy. So Baba says you have this fixation with offering flowers and being offered flowers. So Baba says when you offer flowers, you feel like a worshipper and that makes you feel good. And then when you receive flowers, you feel good. So these things, and this is external validation. So external action, external validation. And then Baba says, I don't need your flowers and I don't need to offer flowers. Baba says, I am beyond all this. And Baba says, I don't need anything. I just want you to become what I am asking you to become. You don't have to offer me any flowers. You don't have to worship me. That's not what pleases me. And Baba says, that's not what I'm here for. And I will tell you, Baba is specifically talking about something today, and which is, Baba says that these days people use Shri for themselves in their name. So, people, when they write their name, they will just add a Shri in their own name. So, people have this. And I have seen one person who just transformed himself into a guru. So I saw him, right in front of my eyes, and he just gathered some people, and then he got conferred with a title, and then he doesn't know anything. He has not even done any scripture reading, I think. And he just changed his clothes and he got conferred with some title. And these days he has become a preacher. And there is no change inside, and there is just this external thing that's going on. And then and when you talk to him, what I've figured out is he has not only created an illusion for others, but he has also gotten caught in that illusion. So he also thinks he's high and mighty. That's the problem. You want to fool other people is not a problem. You are fooling yourself is a very big problem. So you are taking advantage of others is not a problem. But then what you have started doing is you've forgotten who you are. And then he is so when I look at those things, and then what Baba is saying today, Baba is saying that, say when I come, so Baba says, you should listen to what Baba says today. Baba says, I am the most beloved, obedient father of you children. I am also your teacher and your servant. So Baba, the highest on high, the Almighty, can say that I am your servant. And then Baba says, when important royal people sign letters, they write Minto or Curzon. They would never write Lord so and so for themselves. Here they write Shri Lakshmi Narayan, Shri so and so. They write the title Shri very quickly for themselves. The Father sits here and explains, do not remember this body. Have the faith that each of you is a soul and remember the Father. And Baba says, do not get caught up in your body, in the titles that you've self-conferred on yourself. So, or that is being given by an impure human being. So you may be enjoying a position in the world, but don't forget you're just a soul. And when you are a soul, what's important is what kind of a soul are you? Are you a pure soul or an impure soul? And Baba says, if you're an impure soul, then all that you are doing on the external and that which is making you feel high and mighty is an act of self-deception. It is an act of self-deception. And Baba says, what you do is, you see what kind of a soul are you, and just change that within. Become a pure soul. Know that you are a soul. Know the level of your impurity, and just withdraw from everything time to time. Connect with the ocean of purity. Draw that light and might into you and purify yourself. That's important. Yes, now these days people will say, I'm an engineer, I'm a doctor, I'm a PhD, I'm a teacher, I'm a counselor, I'm this and that. But that's not important. What's important is what kind of a doctor are you? Are you an honest one or a dishonest one? Are you a sincere one or an insincere one? But nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that. Jabki that's what's important. It's not important who you are or what you do. What's important is what kind of a person are you. So you may be a cleaner, but then if you are a diligent, honest, sincere cleaner, then God loves you. And if you are a doctor, if you are a minister, and you are a dishonest one, then you are only using your seat for bad karma. You're using your power, your position for bad karma, and that's taking you downhill. So Baba says, don't get caught up in these external things. My name is so and so, my post is so and so, I'm Shri, this, that. That doesn't mean anything. Baba says, just look at who you are. You are a soul, and just try to see what kind of a soul are you. And right now, you are an impure soul. So invest your energy in purifying yourself. Have interest in making yourself a pure soul. Don't deceive yourself. Don't stay in this illusion that you're great because your position is great. So this is something that Baba draws our attention to. And then Baba also says that greatness and humility are connected. So Baba is the greatest, and then he says, I'm your servant. So if there is no humility, there is no greatness. So if you are not able to, do everything and still say, I'm just the servant, yes, then that means that there is no fullness inside. There is no greatness inside. And I have seen, seniors talk about Prakash Mani Dadiji and Mama and Baba and all the seniors. You see, Janki Dadiji, Gulzar Dadiji, full of humility. And Prakash Mani Dadiji used to sit on the, outs when in Madhuban, she used to just sit on the veranda in the morning for an hour or so. And then everybody who passed by, she would just keep wishing them Om Shanti on her own. She'd just sit there and in the remembrance of Baba, she would wish everybody. And then there were souls who were new and they had come first time and they didn't know Dadiji. And then they didn't even reply back. They thought, who is this woman? She's sitting and just wishing Om Shanti. And then she would sit there and keep doing that. Because she loved to be with the family. That's what Baba had taught. So these are the things. And Baba says that, what are you caught up in? And look inside. Who are you? And what is it that's on the inside? That's what defines you. That's who you are. And if that's not perfect, that's not pure, try to change that. That's where you need to invest your time and energy. Okay? So much for today. Om Shanti. Now we'll offer bhog to sweet beloved Baba.